in comparison, my son had ordered 2 pairs of Converse, the high top, the wedge sneakers that are hard to sought after. I think they're the Converse 5.0s, and he had ordered them for his girlfriend. The first, being in California, things get stolen all the time when it's left at the doorstep. The first pair got stolen, and the company replaced it. The second pair that they sent out got stolen, and the company replaced it. And they use a carrier service. And I said that, and goes to show you that these little companies, they'll bend over backwards for you. But the big companies that have the money and stuff, they continue to have the money because they don't take care of their consumers. Back on June 6th, I had placed an order for some golf equipment, 2 pairs of pants and a pair of shoes at the sum of, I'm rounding it off to $274. I had gone, my son lives in Los Angeles, so I had it mailed to his apartment because I was going to Hawaii and making a pit stop in Los Angeles on my way home, and I didn't want the package sitting here. It got delivered, but he has a mail room and they have designated mailboxes for the so things don't get stolen. It inadvertently was left on the floor, which a lot of carriers do that. They'll go in the mailroom, they'll see other packages, and they'll throw it on the floor of the mailroom. Well, homeless have free game in there, and so don't about over 100 occupants of the apartment complex go in and out of that mailroom. So things get stolen if it's thrown on the floor. So I called Adidas, and they're not taking responsibility. They blamed it on the carrier, and they were supposed to get a hold of it. What happened was I called there, and the woman, I wasn't getting anywhere with the customer service, so she put me on hold, and she didn't come back. I was on the hold for 37 minutes, and I think she did that on purpose. So I called back and asked to talk to a manager. They put me on hold again. They came back and said a manager wasn't available and they would call me back. I never got a call back. So, I mean, customer service is horrible. And I looked at the ratings and they only had 2 stars for customer service.
Exactly.
So I then went to PayPal, who was trying to help me on this, but they're not understanding. They keep saying, it says delivered. There's nothing we can do. Can you prove that it wasn't delivered? I'm thinking to myself, how do you prove it's not delivered? So I took a picture of my foot and my pants, and I'm saying, well, what can I do to show something wasn't delivered? What do you do? So anyways, I went back and forth with PayPal, who went to Adidas, who washed their hands with it to a carrier. And that's why big companies like that do carrier services, because if it doesn't get delivered, they don't have to worry about reimbursing you. The small people are the ones that are in the middle. And if you don't get a product, it's not insured. It's not, if it doesn't get delivered, if it gets stolen, we're stuck with it. I mean, you're not talking a $50 item, you're talking $274. And I'm thinking if it was something like a shirt, they would have sent me something back. But because it was a significant amount, they kind of washed their hands of it. So, anyways, I went back and forth with PayPal, and they closed my case and they reopened it after I kept going back and forth saying, this is ridiculous. I'm trying to tell you, it may have been delivered, or it may not have been, or it could have been stolen. If it had been left in the box, I said it's a locked box, it wouldn't have gotten stolen. And secondly, even if they left it outside the apartment complex, it wouldn't have gotten stolen, his door. But instead, they opened the door of the mailroom and they saw tons of packages and they threw it on the floor and took a picture. But my thing too is you really hold stock in these delivery companies that, it's hard to find a job now. So they're hiring lots of different people of different categories. So who's to say there's not some kind of gig where they take a picture of your thing and keep the package? You know what I'm saying? So we as consumers are stuck. What do we do as a consumer when something gets stolen? And how do you prove it's stolen? Like they want proof that it was stolen. So that's pretty much it. Adidas customer service is horrible to deal with. Like I said, they left me on hold on purpose and never came back. They told me a manager would call me back. One wasn't available, and I never got a call back. So I mean, that alone right there shows poor customer service. Um, so right now I'm kind of stuck with a negative $274. And I didn't even want the money. I just wanted the product resent. So I just wanted the items back. I just wanted them to resend the items, which is nothing to them. And I got nothing. I got nothing but grief. And I had to do all my own homework. I had to call PayPal, and I had to deal with PayPal, and I had to deal with them. And now I'm going through you.